High above the ocean mist, perched on the emerald cliffs of Windfall Ridge, stands an old glass observatory workshop. Here, brass telescopes, glass weather lanterns, and delicate wind chimes fill every corner with gentle chime and hum. Inside, an aspiring young apprentice named Wren sits surrounded by scattered blueprints, brass gears, and discarded glass fragments. For months, Wren has tried to create a Starlight Prism, the workshop Otema's rarest creation, capable of capturing moonlight and turning it into music. Wren holds up his latest prism to the light. But as the afternoon sun passes through it, the glass casts only a cloudy, fractured reflection. Master Corin, the workshop Otema's quiet old craftsman, pauses his grinding wheel and watches silently from across the room. "You are rushing the heating process, Wren Oda," Master Corin says softly, his voice as calm as a steady river. Glass does not yield to frustration. It listens only to patience and the quiet rhythm of your breath. Wren sighs, setting the flawed glass down. He has dreamed for years of earning his place as a master artisan, but every attempt leaves him feeling further from his goal. The gap between what he imagines and what his hands can create feels impossibly wide. That evening, as rain begins to tap rhythmically against the glass ceiling, Master Corin hands Wren a heavy iron lantern and a small copper key. "Oh! Go down to the cliff garden, Tim," he instructs. "Bring back 3 droplets of morning dew from the star lily leaves." Wren steps into the cool night air. The path down the cliffside is quiet, wrapped in soft fog and the fresh scent of sea salt and wet grass. The wind whispers softly through the coastal pines, sweeping away the noise in his head. At the bottom of the garden sits a secluded greenhouse overgrown with bioluminescent star lilies. Their silver petals glow faintly in the dark, catching every tiny bead of mist resting on their surface. Wren kneels by the plants. He watches how a single drop of water clings to the edge of a leaf. Perfectly clear, holding the entire night sky inside its curved surface without forcing its shape. He realizes what Master Corin wanted him to see. Glass, like water, cannot be forced into clarity through tension. It needs fluidity, balance, and quiet focus to find its true form. Returning to the workshop, the clock strikes midnight. The furnace glows with a gentle red ember warmth. Wren clears his desk, keeping only the essential tools. No clutter, no rush, no expectations. He feeds the furnace with dry applewood logs. The crackle of burning timber and the steady roar of air through the vents become a rhythmic lullaby in the quiet night. Taking a long rod of raw optical glass, Wren introduces it slowly to the heat. Instead of forcing the flame, he turns the rod steadily, watching the glass soften into a glowing drop of golden honey. Hour after hour passes in peaceful silence. Every movement is measured, blowing gently, turning slowly, cooling gradually in the insulated ash bed so the glass does not strain or crack. As the first light of dawn begins to color the eastern horizon in shades of rose and peach, the newly shaped prism rests in the cooling chamber, slowly settling into its final state. Wren wakes from a short rest at his desk to find Master Corin carefully opening the cooling oven. With gloved hands, the old master lifts the finished prism into the early morning light. The morning sun hits the crystal faces. Instantly, the workshop fills not with harsh reflections, but with hundreds of soft, dancing specks of rainbow light that gently sway across the ceiling and walls. And then came the magic. As the sea breeze blew through the open window and passed across the prism's tuned brass edges, a faint, soothing chime echoed, like a harp played by the wind. Master Corin inspects the glass closely, then hands it to Wren with a gentle nod. "You stopped trying to master the glass, Tim," he says softly. And instead allowed yourself to understand it, Tim. Wren holds the prism in his hands. The weight feels different now, Not like a test to pass, but like a reflection of the patience, care, and quiet hours he poured into its creation. Every great journey of aspiring talent is not measured by how fast you reach the top, but by how deeply you learn to love the quiet daily practice along the way. Outside, the sun rises over the coastal town of Windfall Ridge. The journey of an artist has no endo, only a series of quiet, beautiful mornings spent honing the craft.